Cowboys training camp sports talk. So I'm gonna let you guys go first. Who was the first person to jump out to you on training camp?
Yeah, man, for me, your first person comes to mind at training camp is Randy Gregory. I feel like Randy Gregory's having a great camp, man. We've shown his versatility. He's banged off the edge. He's hungry. You know what I'm saying? He has a mental space where he's feeling good. So we saw that, I think last night, that Stephen Jones had mentioned that he's going to be part of the captain teams here at Dallas Cowboys. So Randy Gregory is the first person that jumps out, and the second person, I have to say, Micah Parsons. So, defense.
You take answers from
my bad. One person, Randy Gregory, man.
Randy
Gregory. I get Randy. All right, go ahead.
My guy is CD Lamb. I know it's probably Voch's guy because he picked him. He's the guy that I give Voch his props. He was talking about CD for a long time, but dog, I told y'all CD was going to be the new number one. I said it last year, he was going to be the new number one. There's no hype. I said he was the game changer, and when you watch him play, he just make catches and he get up. He don't even jump up no more. He just get up and hand the ball over to people. You know why? Because he's used to it. Because he knows he's a dog. I do this. I do one-hand catches. I catch him behind my back. I catch him with 2 feet. I do this, so it's nothing. Watch CD Lamb. And there's no hate on Coop. No hate on Coop. Coop is a dog. But CD Lamb about to be that new number one, and I told you.
Vacation Voch, man.
We took all his people. Yeah,
there we go.
Well, you got something up his sleeve.
He got somebody. Yeah, go ahead and get it to him. Go ahead and get it to him. What up? It's Voch Lombardi. Nice to have y'all here. Appreciate y'all for coming through, watching. Blessed to be here with James and J Tuck and all that. Law Nation. He putting us on camera. We give him all the content. He ain't said nothing yet, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, shucks, man. I mean, they did take the obvious 1 and 2 answers. If you think about offense, it'll be Lamb. If you think about defense, it'll be Randy, or Parsons, or however you want to look at it. But the O-line is back. O-line is back, man. Dak was able to do what he did last year with the worst left and right tackle combo we've ever seen in our life. And he kept it within 1-score games with the worst defense we've ever seen in our life. Leo Collins in shape, good to go. Worked on his hands a little early, feet looking good. Tyron Smith, he says he's in the best shape of his life. I agree with him. It's a good day when he got the knee pads on his arms, the long knee brace on his, So, hey, you get those guys back in front of Dak, good to go. And Zeke too. You get the line good to Zeke, then it works well for everybody.
So as we know, man, Oxnard.
What player you think?
What player? I'm supposed to put y'all on that thing, but it's all good. Look, this is what I do. Who stands out to me? My thing is, I'm still my pet cat. I'm gonna tell you guys this. Boss Man Fat from Scottsdale, Louisiana. I'm telling you, man. And I ain't finna say no digs because I'm telling you, CD Lamb owned digs though. CD Lamb owned digs. You saw that catch today.
CD Lamb owns everybody though.
There you go. Now Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, that's the guy that I want to be that guy for the offense. I don't know what's going on behind me, but you guys know what this is. So, it's a kid. Okay, it's a child. Yes, respect. Appreciate it. But this is what we do, Cowboy Nation. So I'm finna flip it around. What coach?
He ain't get no analysis on Zeke.
You just said Boss Man.
Boss Man Fat.
Why?
He said Zeke loud kids.
Why you like Boss Man Fat?
Well, this is the reason why I like Boss Man Fat. If you think about it, as he takes away the inside and the outside of the plays when the people are trying to run up the field. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm putting it right now. Boss Man Fat, you look out for him because of his ability, like you said. He do got the best ability out there. He quick. You see that twitch out there, don't you see that? There you go. So everybody's talking about Nashawn Wright. Everybody talking about Amari's candidate and what he can do out there as far as this few training sessions. But I'm telling everybody, don't forget about number 24. And let's go back to Ezekiel Elliott, because everybody was saying that, hey, you didn't give the analysis of Ezekiel Elliott. Like I have to really give a breakdown of Ezekiel Elliott. And you know that he's 218 pounds. Zeke looks small when he gets through there, splits, get skinny, get upfield. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. When you look at practice, they're utilizing him more, catching the ball down the field.
Right.
They're using him more in situations of being able to get that ball to him so that he can get out to the outside. So I'm looking at Kellen Moore going into, this is third year, right? Mm-hmm. Normally offensive coordinators flex out and show their muscles in third year. So hopefully we see Ezekiel Elliott back to 2016 Ezekiel Elliott. That's my thoughts on that. I'm almost out of breath.
What other offensive coordinator next day muscling year 3? I just wanted to say. But I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it.
Well, technically,
I'll just answer.
Technically, when you think about Kellen Moore and his offense, every year he's been top 10 at least, minimum. Even last season, they were still top 10, top 11, respectively, right? So, and that's with a broken down in shambles type of offensive line and quarterback hurt. So I can only imagine what he's going to do this year. More season, more polish. We're not going to see reverse sweeps, hopefully, in the red zone.
You'll see something.
Yeah, you're still going to see something.
You'll see what it is.
They're going to try with CD.
All right, so what player do you have your reservations on?
Reservations?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to say,
Going to say Boss Man Fat?
I don't got no reservations with Boss Man Fat. I would say DeMonte Casey. I would say DeMonte Casey as of right now, because bringing in Malik Hooker, it's going to be interesting to see what Dan Quinn does as far as having Casey back there at the free safety position. But now you got Malik Hooker back there as well, who I think is more dynamic than DeMonte Casey. And so I kind of, hesitant about seeing what he's going to bring. Now, he does have some versatility where he's able to create turnovers, what we desperately need. But I would say DeMonte Casey would be my guy I have reserves about. I'm going to say one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say one. I'm going to say one right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. DeMonte Casey.
Week 1, day 1, you think he would be the starter, or will it be a flex of Malik Hooker getting out there, or will it be a Donovan Wilson as that free, or are they going to kick Donovan Wilson primarily at that strong?
I think if everything checks out with Malik Hooker, I think Malik Hooker will be our day 1 free safety, and then you'll have Donovan Wilson out there over KZ at the strong safety. So I think that Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker will be our 2 safeties going into Tampa, and then KZ will kind of be that role, as an insurance policy in case something goes wrong with Malik Hooker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff, like with the Israel,
Mukwamo, he's a
No.
project. McQuamu's going to be a project. We saw a lot of reps today from J-Ron Curse, but I still think that, as far as the pipeline is concerned, as far as the depth chart, I think he's maybe the 3rd option. We did see some Darian Thompson out there today, but hopefully he'll be gone by the time the season starts, to be honest with him, keep it a buck. But I think that Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson will be our 2 starting safeties to start the season off.
Damn, good stuff, man. Who's your reservation guy, man?
Carlos Watkins. Why is he starting? I don't know. I think Brent Urban probably started today. I don't know why they and I heard Stephen Jones saying they like what Carlos Watkins is doing. I got my reservations on him. I didn't even have him on the roster making the final 53, 55, because I feel like there's too many other players that are dynamic than him. When I watch him, I don't see any kind of impact when I watched him, in the middle. They said he was quick off the ball, but he was coming high as hell when he was coming quick off the ball. He wasn't getting a lot of penetration. When I seen them put the rookies in, Bohanna and Osa, they would get more penetration up the middle than Carlos Watkins. So I don't understand what they were hyping him up for, maybe Stephen Jones, but in my opinion, I got serious reservations about Carlos Watkins even making a roster, and I think Brent Urban should be the guy should start, and you should rotate them rookies from that point, but that's my guy.
Man, that's good stuff, man. I don't even have no counter rebuttal to that. But let me go to the infamous Voch Lombardi. Vacation Voch.
Vacation Voch.
We only got 2 more times to kick it over to him. Sunglass Voch. Hey, y'all be sure, man. Y'all check this out when it's uploaded. It's $10,000 a minute. Woo! Y'all got to get some donations to help elevate this thing, baby. Donation.
I appreciate the kind of words. I ain't shit, but like when we say reservation, I don't want to just chalk reservation up to this player might be trash. I mean, I don't want to say that.
Right.
But I just want to reserve my fandom or reserve my hype. I just want to reserve and just see first. And that's Dan Quinn. Now, I think Dan will get it done. I think Dan will be better than the last two administrations. I think just rolling out the bed, Dan Quinn, whatever. But we just ain't seen it. And even when we look at Chris Shaw, hey, Chris, just be better than Rod.
Right.
And he didn't do it. Then we look at Mike Nolan and say, yo, Mike, just be better than Chris. And he didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? 3 times the charm. So, we'll hope Dan Quinn can put it all together. And I think he will. I just got to see it. It's just not a sure thing like, Dak top 5. Right. I feel sure about that. I feel sure about Tyron. I feel sure about CD and, the whole wide receiver. I feel sure about Randy D-Law. I just want to see Dan Quinn first.
Let me ask you this, Voch. What's your thoughts about Dan Quinn coaching from the press box, as you mentioned yesterday? Not being down the field.
We was getting on the Mike Nolan's ass about this. So I think Mike Nolan generally has a disconnect with people anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you would think he needs as much people as he can because he's not good with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if Dan Quinn gets all the work done through the week, and if he just sees it better, then fine. Because every good coordinator I've ever seen, they looked in the press box because they just get the look down view on it. Play callers like to sit down by them. You know what I mean? But you see it so much faster from the press box. It's like you're playing chess almost, right? So if Dan puts in the work through the week, Georgia was going to be there to help out. You know what I'm saying? All the downfield stuff or whatnot. They'll have the technology or whatnot. We ain't got to do much.
Let me ask you this, just by what Jay Tucker's saying, that I think it may be more of people was frustrated with Nolan being in the press box because it was already that disconnect with the players already. So him going in the press box was already further disconnecting them. So with Dan Quinn maybe being closer to the players and having more of the camaraderie with the players, maybe it's easier for him to go into the press box because now there's that connect already with the players and the coach. So you don't feel that disconnect when he's up there. We're still riding for the coach because we ain't disconnected in the locker room with him. What's your thoughts about that?
I changed my answer. I take it all back. Winning matters. Because we ain't give a fuck about Mike Nolan being in the press box too. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It's like week 6 and it was looking bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if we was the number 1 defense, they were like, boy, Mike Nolan in the press box, boy. It's something about that press box. Or if you know what I'm saying, if you down and you winning, boy, it's something about being close to the play. It's just winning is what matters at the end of the day.
And we flipped out about Monty Kiffin when he was up there, though.
Yeah.
Monty Kiffin was up there asleep.
Monty was 100 though.
Monty couldn't see.
Monty was 100 though. Monty was 100. They said they signed Monty. I was like, oh my God, this defense about to be
He was up in the booth sleep.
Hey, when I was talking to Barry Church, when I had Barry Church on, he said they love Monty and they have mad respect for him, but they was like, come on, Monty, we can't run that. That ain't gonna work. They said they was in there week to week like, oh, come on.
As long as they win, Dan Quinn can call plays from the crowd, from the referee booth. He can call that motherfucker from the house. As long as we win, it's all good.
But I feel like Dan Quinn, he won't even allow it. He like to have his hands on it.
Put it on you,
Yeah. He like to have his hands on it. You guys see me. He like to have his hands. He had to have his hands on it, man. So with that being said, man, my reservations is still like the special teams. They got Greg Zuerlein, he's out, and he's not kicking. They got Hunter Nicewinder kicking field goals. So special team is a part of the game. I'm thinking that, yes, the Bone Fossil, he does a great job of coaching guys up. Got us from the 28th all the way down to the top 10 as it relates to special teams. But, we got to figure out this kicking situation. Hopefully.
You don't like them type of coaches though, Law? You don't like, because Fossil is energetic.
He's energetic.
Every day in practice, he gets them guys going.
Yeah, I like that part of him. But I was talking about in general. We need to make sure Greg the leg may be okay. This just me from the outside looking in.
Right.
He ain't practicing. He on that pup thing, whatever that is.
Back,
you know?
back.
His back hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back surgery.
Back surgery.
Oh, man, you guys on it, man. Shit.
Well,
Y'all on
that's
it.
what we do.
All right. So, man, we in this thing.
Yeah, we do a little something.
All right.
I wouldn't finna Google Greg's airline.
You on vacation.
Get vacation box around this book. Yeah. All right, so I'm trying what I can pull out my mind that we can talk about right quick. Just pulling stuff, man. All right. He already stapled it with the coaching. I'm going to say, man, what do y'all think about coach? He done already stapled that. But let me get you on wax with it, man. What you think about the coach, man? Defensive side.
Dan Quinn, yeah. I feel like what you're seeing, the Dan Quinn impact already, man. You're seeing that Dan Quinn simplify things. You're seeing the player fly around. Like I said today in my earlier video, like the team speed defensively has gone up a notch. And I feel like that's due to Dan Quinn simplifying the scheme, the 4-3 under. You're not seeing the players think as much as they was last year, right? You're not seeing, my responsibility, whose man was that? Like, it's simplified for him. So he's putting players in position to do what they do best, whether it's LVE, Parsons, Randy Gregory, and the list goes on and on. So you're seeing that Dan Quinn impact earlier already, but of course we got to see that translate to Sunday. But as of right now, I'm feeling confident about what Dan Quinn's brings to his defense. Because like I said, you really just need to be top 15-ish defense. We don't need a top 10 offense and top 10 defense, though it'd be nice. I feel like if they can just meet us halfway what we already have offensively, the Dallas Cowboys going to be in contention. So, I'm all for Dan Quinn, but we'll have to see it, once the season starts.
How do we stop the run?
We stopped the run by bringing in some of the players that we brought in, Brent Urban, bringing in Micah Parsons, Quentin Bohanna, some of those big bodies up front. I feel like naturally they're going to improve things. And if you look at Dan Quinn's history, that's been his cornerstone, right? Improving the run defense. So I think that we're going to transcend the defense forward just by improving the run defense. Now, it's question marks when it comes to the secondary in that corner position, which y'all probably talk about here soon. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as far as the run defense is concerned, that Dan Quinn's naturally going to improve because with the 4-3 under, it's going to simplify. It's going to be a one-gap scheme. Just come down your A-gap, B-gap, C-gap. Just do your job, and things are going to be better. So, I'm optimistic about what the Cowboys stand defensively as far as the run game is concerned. The secondary remains to be unseen.
Good stuff, man. Big game. What you think about this defense, man?
As far as like Dan Quinn, like I always, when they mentioned him, I knew they was gonna hire him because it's like, the Cowboys, they like going on reputation. This kid dude was he did the Legion of Boom, just like when they brought Chris Richard in. He was with the Legion of Boom. I felt like they were gonna do that with him. Personally, I like the attitude he's bringing as far as the mental approach with it. I think when you're dealing with players, the players want to believe. And when you hear a lot of the players saying, he listens to us, he allows us to speak, or, we feel like we can talk to him, or a lot of players, it goes far with a lot of players. And I feel like that's what Dan Quinn is doing, and I feel like that's going to be the key to the defense more than anything else, because communication is always the key in defense, right? And was one of the biggest problems with Dallas Cowboys on their defense, communication,
right.
Communication breakdowns on the back end, communication breakdown with the linebackers, etc. It's been all a problem with communication. How many times we've seen Cowboys defensive players in bad positions, in the wrong positions? We're like, why is he there? Why? Because bad communication. I think that's the thing I think Dan Quinn is going to clear up. And I think that's the thing that'll get me a little bit excited about this, is getting the communication factor down with and having the team with one mind and one accord. Because when everybody's playing with one thought and one mind, that's when you see your defense go from here to here. That's when you see it go from 29th to the 15th or the 10th. That's when they go up, when they're playing with one mind and they're all communicating and playing together. And I think that's what I've seen so far from Dan Quinn that gets me happy or excited about it, the communication factor. And I think that's what he's going to bring to the table. And I've seeing that has got me a little bit excited about that.
With that, are you drinking the Kool-Aid?
I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. I'm definitely not drinking that shit. I'm not going to drink no Kool-Aid for the team this whole year.
It's still we'll see.
It's still a we'll see approach, because how many times have we got excited and we was excited last year, right? We got Mike McCarthy, we got this, we got that, and guess what? We fell
won
on
the
our
fucking
faces.
Super Bowl, James.
Hey, that's that Voch Kool-Aid.
Hey, say that. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid.
sugar,
I'm
bro.
not drinking that
Being a
Kool-Aid.
coward, sir.
Okay, that sugar.
Stand up on it, huh?
That's fine.
Stand up on it.
By the time we get to week 8, ain't finna be no. All right, we look good. I guess I'll start going for them now.
No,
I'll
I'm not
drink,
gonna do
I'll
that.
drink some Kool-Aid
No, I'm
now.
not gonna drink
no,
it.
sir. Pick your side now.
Hey, I love my boys, but it's still gonna be the Will C approach. For me, years I've been
I
let
mean
down.
this.
I'm telling you.
I mean,
I'm telling you.
Where we gonna be ranked at?
As far as what defensively,
Defense, yeah.
I mean that's gonna be tough. Like I got to see the preseason. I
stand
gotta
on
see.
something, James.
Where
All
will
right.
we
Believe in
rank?
something.
Where will we
I
rank
will
in
say
19?
this. Okay, with Dan Quinn, we were what 29th?
You mean with Nolan last year?
Yeah, with Nolan last year,
30.
30th, 29th.
32, 31st.
I would definitely feel like he would bring this defense to that top 15.
Right.
It could get there, but we got to see. But to me, it's contingent on what this back end is going to do. I think the front end will be okay.
Right.
But what's this? What is the Kelvin Joseph, the rookie, going to do? What is the Nashawn Wright? We got to see what those guys are going to do. If those guys can play good in their young seasons, that's going to be the huge part. It don't matter what Dan Quinn brings if these young rookies don't step up and play.
Right.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
How long do you think it's going to take for us to see the Dan Quinn impact? Like, is it going to be a slow play? Or are we looking like, all right, around Thanksgiving?
They were shitty last year. We're going to see the music.
I think Dan Quinn, because if you listen to Dan Quinn, what he's been talking about, he's like, I want the fire, I want the trial, I want the draw, I want all that fire. And he wants to prove himself because we got to remember, he got fired from Atlanta and they were trash when he got fired, right?
Right.
So he's got something to prove in his own mind because people looking at him like, okay, you did that over there, but you wasn't winning with Atlanta. So in his mind, he wants to prove something too.
Right.
So I think he's going to be a lot more aggressive in his approach as far as the defense. I think you're going to see more press coverage, even if you run that cover through. I think you're going to see a lot more aggressive approach as far as blitzing and getting after that ball.
Right.
Why not? Why you going to sit there?
'Cause you got the ingredients to do it
You got
now.
the young.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you look at the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, I think they're like 25.6 years of age as far as across the board.
Right.
You got young athletic guys you just drafted. Why not set these guys loose? You drafted Michael Parsons for a reason at 12. You need to let that man loose and let that go. You got the players to do it. How many times we get frustrated because Dallas all conservative as hell on defense? We ain't got to be crazy, go blitzing you every down, but we got to go after this quarterback and we got to make plays.
Right.
Let me get vacation Voch on this one, man. Look at it. He doesn't stay right there. Look how cool that brother cool over
No, I was watching people walk in out of Target.
there.
What's
That boy, cool over there, man.
What's the question, man?
What's your thoughts
Coach,
on defense? Yeah.
Coach, as long as Mike McCarthy didn't hire him, you know what I'm saying? I think they cool because we know it's Mike McCarthy. Hadn't hired a good coach yet. All the good coaches that we have, either Jerry and them picked them or we was kind of inherited. Like with Kellen or whatever. So, listen, man, it don't take much. It don't take much. You know what I mean? And people want to go to the Atlanta thing. The one parallel that I always draw that when Todd Bowles was head coach of the Jets, they were shitty.
Damn.
But when he DC's the Buccaneers, they go to the Super Bowl.
Y'all listen. Listen in the chats.
You want to talk when we talk?
No, you know. I know you talking, but I just gotta pop it up.
Dan said in his first press conference, the first long one, is he enjoys knowing where his feet are. You know what I mean? So if he the head coach, he got to be worried about the kickers and shit. He got to be worried about the water, when we gonna run. You know what I'm saying? If he's only focused on defense and D-line, it ain't gonna be the dude in Atlanta because he's worried about less things. His plate's not as big. So he gets to worry about what's on it, I like to make the Todd Bowles comparison because Devin White was never a sack guy. Todd Bowles get there with a plan. He's a non-sack guy now. He blitz him in A-gap. He does gap exchanges, blitz him C-gap. I think you're going to get a lot of Parsons with that. Shaq Barrett been in the league for a long time. He ain't new here. He been shit for a long time. Todd Bowles show up, he just lead the league of sacks now because there's a plan for him, So we look at what Mike Nolan would do. Hey, Mike Nolan, what you think about Dorrance Armstrong? He's just behind D-Law. Do you have a plan for him? He's I got something in my eye, Tabasco hot sauce in my eye, and then it's
Drop him off in coverage. Yeah.
But we know exactly what Brent is for. We know exactly what Bohanna and Justin are for. We know exactly what we're gonna do with Neville and Diggy or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We don't need cornerbacks to be special. You know, it was only 3 special cornerbacks in the whole playoffs last year. You know what I mean? You just need your guys to be opportunists. Pass rusher help.
Facts.
That's what 94 is for. So he ain't got to turn this into a top 10 thing. I think it can be done because we got the people to do it. In 2018, we didn't think we had a linebacker problem. We didn't think that Anthony Brown was bad. You know, Jordan Lewis in the Saints game, we thought he was a fucking deployable weapon against any running back that catch passes. You know what I'm saying? And you know, D-Law was getting double-digit sacks. Now, all of a sudden, them dudes sorry. All of a sudden, D-Law don't deserve his money. AB bad now. Jordan can't get on the field. All of a sudden, that's the thing now. You know what I'm saying? It's about the leadership. And this is my last answer for the day, so I just hope y'all listen. It's you know, get us over whatever little small hump that it is, and everything else just going to be cruise control. Because the offense is going to be the defense. We was doing a show with Law yesterday. I don't know if y'all tuned in, but somebody was like, Voch, where you realistically see this defense ranking in the East? And, you know, talent-wise, we may not be better than everybody else, but they don't have 4 in 21 and 88 and 19. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if we put pressure on defenses properly with our offense, they're going to have to take themselves out of their element to play catch-up with us. And that'll help our defense as well, you know. Hopefully we get the run game back going. People think Zeke's sorry. Zeke ain't never had a year outside the top 10, but he's sorry now. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't going to take much, man. I don't even know if I'm answering your question. I just had this on my mind.
No, man, right.
And I just wanted to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say it. So as long as everybody healthy, man, we good to go.
Yeah. Let me break down all what the brother said.
I said it good enough.
He said it good enough. But what he's basically saying, technically, is that now Dan Quinn don't have too much to worry about. Just like Todd Bowles, when you try to run an organization, he didn't do it properly.
Right.
And then on top of that, your best defense is your offense, especially with an attacker mode like Ezekiel Elliott and with a healthy Dak Prescott in that front 5. It's going to force the opposing teams to play better. And when you think about it, the Washington team, it took them forever to beat us last season. It was 17-17.
Right.
Like he mentioned that the other day.
Going to halftime.
And that was going into halftime with what we had, Andy Dalton or somebody, you know. So we had guys that didn't really make anything happen. But now we got that, Cowboy Nation. So this was a great conversation. Great, wonderful time out here in Oxnard. I really appreciate everybody for watching this entire episode up to this point. Be sure to check out this guy channel. Tell them where to go. And
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at jtuck151 and my YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. And also go to cowboysfansonly.com for your merch, man. CFO gang in the building.
Ooh, got the merch.
Got the merch,
I like
man.
how you said CFO gang in the building. Hey, yo, what's up? Big Game James in the building. Hey, don't even look at Silver and Blue Nation no more. That's going away as soon as I come back to Ohio, you know what I'm saying? So ain't gonna be no more Silver and Blue Nation, be strictly Big Game James. Make sure you go cop that. We're gonna get all that stuff popping here soon. Big Game James, go holler at me, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yeah. And last but not least,
Everybody watch. I promise I'm not Hollywood. I'm just on vacation. And they dragged me out here. To talk. So I mean, I don't want y'all to think no kind of way. I'm just tired. Practice was hot and sweaty and shit. Hey man, Voch Lombardi, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love you. Appreciate it, Voch Lombardi. Everything. Salute.
Yes, dude. Yes, indeed, man. Y'all be sure, man, to hit everybody channel and subscribe. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.